Hi, good morning everyone. Welcome to this topic of file systems and Linux. In this topic, we will see the different file system types in Linux. Especially, we will start with the hierarchical file systems in Linux. Okay, so hierarchical file systems. What is a hierarchical file systems? So there is a hierarchy of file systems that is which specifies which directories what file should be located at first level, what file should be located at second level, and so on. So hierarchical file system. So this is the file system hierarchy standard. And you will find that there is something located at first level, at first level, and you will find few of the folders located at second level. So let's look at them in detail about which are the ones at first level, which are the ones at second level. Okay, so there is the root file system at the first level, slash user slash var at the second level. Okay, so let's look at this particular hierarchy of Linux file system structure. Okay, so if you look at this structure, you will find information like, okay, so at the top, at the first level, you have slash. And under slash, okay, so under slash, you will find file structure like bin, sbin, lib, etc. Okay, user, opt, root. Okay, then you have home, boot file system. Then there is something called media is there. Then mnt is there. Okay, so boot file system, under boot you will find things like grub. Okay, in media you will find your cd-rom, floppy, etc., zip. And in user you will find things like user bin. Okay, sbin, you have user lib, user include, local, etc. And at the top level, this is your top level, this is your second level. Okay, then you have covered up to media. Then you have some of the important ones that is called slash var, slash tmp. Okay, then you have the dev, then you have sys and proc. So these are the list of what is available, and let's look at in detail about these file system types. So beneath the root directory, you can see there are series of subdirectories, and specification for these directories are to be named are contained in the file system hierarchy standard. Now let's look at, so root directory, this is your root directory. You can see that this is your root directory. Okay, so this is your root folder. Okay, this refers to the highest level of the file system tree. This root partition is mounted first at system boot, and all programs that are run at system startup must be in this partition. Okay, so there are some of the main directories which should be there at the boot level. So we can see that these are the directories at the boot level. So things like, you can say, so for the boot level you have /bin, which is holding all the binary files. You have /dev, which has all the devices, /etc, which has the configuration files, /lib, which has the libraries, and /sbin, which has the system binaries. Okay, these files, these directories must be in the root partition. Okay. So this is what is there at the root partition. So this /bin that you are seeing here, this has all the binaries which is required to manage the Linux system, including you have the /bin, /bash, that is the shell. You have /bin /cat command is there. You have /bin /dd for copy files byte-wise. Gzip is there in this folder under bin to compress the file. You have mount command is here. You have rm command. You have the vi command. So all these are there in this particular folder. Now let's look at the boot folder. Okay, so we have seen /bin. Now let's look at the boot folder. Boot folder is also extremely important that you can see, because this contains the static bootloader like grub, Grand Unified Bootloader. It contains the kernel and the init rd file identified with the links vm lineage and init rd. So this /boot is one of the very important file systems as well. Okay, so /boot. So this file system, as we have seen, that this file system contains your bootloader grub. Okay, that is Grand Unified Bootloader. It contains the kernel and the init rd files. Okay, these files, they are linking back to VM lineage and init rd. So that is about the boot file system. Then you can see there is /dev file system. This contains the special files that are used to represent the various hardware devices installed in the system, the hard disk, etc. Okay, then after that you can see that, so this is your devices, all devices. Then etc, it's a configuration files used by the systems are stored here. You can edit these files with a text editor to customize how Linux behaves. So all the configuration files. Okay, then there are library files, contains the library code used by the programs of /bin, /sbin. Your kernel modules are also stored in the lib module directory of /lib. Okay, then you have other folders. Some of the significant ones are the /proc folder is there. So this folder is different from other directories in this list. This doesn't actually exist in the file system, and within /proc are a number of different subdirectories. Notice that each of these subdirectories is identified with a number, not a name. These numbers correspond to the process ID of the associate process running in the system. So for different processes, you will find a process, a number you will find. So different numbers will be there in this particular /proc folder. So this is not like a normal directories which is there. Okay. So next is the sbin folder. So sbin is extremely important for managing and administering. So the files like your fdisk, your fsck, your ifconfig for configuring the network, your init files, your mkfs files, your shutdown and halt commands. So all are there in this sbin folder. Okay, then there is one important folder is the temp folder, where all the temporary files which are created by your system, which are required by your system, is kept. Okay, so this is about the different files and folders. Okay, there are few more, but I won't go into the details of them. Just to name them, they are something like this /mnt is there. Okay, this is not visible. So /mnt is there. Normally we used to mount the media here. Temporarily mount points, temporary file systems are mounted at this. You have the /media is here. So all the CD-ROM, floppy disk, etc. is mounted in this. There is something called /var file system. So variety of variable data, including your system log files, are here. Okay. So then there is one important is the /user file system. So /user file system, if you note, this contains the application files. In fact, most of the application files used on your system are saved in the /user folder. Okay, so that is pretty much about the hierarchical file system of Linux. Okay, so there are few other important file types in the device folder. We will not cover it here, but there are some very important file types like /dev/null, the null device, your hard disk, your CD-ROM device. So we will be covering that in our subsequent trainings. Thanks for joining and have a nice day. Bye-bye.